Welcome to today's English learning adventure. I am so happy you are here because this lesson is going to be both fun and meaningful. Today, you won't just study English, you will live it through a heartwarming story about a little boy named Alex, a boy with a very big heart. Now, before we begin, let me ask you something. Have you ever listened to a story that stayed in your heart for a long time? A story that was so simple, yet so powerful, it made you think about life in a new way? Well, that is exactly what you are going to experience today. And while you enjoy the story, you will also practice listening and speaking in English. Isn't that exciting? Here's how it will work. First, you'll hear Alex's story, told slowly and clearly, so you can understand every word. Then, we'll look at some useful vocabulary and expressions that you can use in your own conversations. After that, you'll join me in a special listen and repeat practice. This is your chance to speak out loud, copy the sentences, and train your English speaking muscles. Finally, we'll uncover the inspiring life message hidden inside Alex's story. This lesson is not only about improving your English skills, it's also about discovering something that can touch your heart and stay with you forever. So, I encourage you, listen carefully, repeat with confidence, and most importantly, enjoy the process. Are you ready to begin this journey with Alex? Let's start and make English practice a truly heartwarming experience together. Before we begin the story of Alex, let me share with you exactly what you are going to achieve in this lesson, and why it is so valuable for your English learning journey. Having a clear idea of the lesson objectives will help you stay motivated, focused, and confident as you practice. Think of this as your roadmap, a step-by-step guide that shows you where we are going and what skills you will strengthen along the way. 1. Improve your English listening comprehension. The first big goal of this lesson is to help you improve your ability to understand spoken English. Many learners spend years studying grammar or memorizing vocabulary lists, but when they hear English in real life, they feel lost. Why? Because listening is a skill, and like any skill, it must be trained. In this lesson, you will listen to a meaningful story about Alex. The story will be told at a natural but clear pace, with pauses to give you time to process the words. This will train your ears to recognize sounds, rhythms, and patterns of English. Over time, regular listening like this will make English feel more familiar, more natural, and easier to understand. 2. Learn useful vocabulary and expressions. The second goal is to expand your vocabulary with words that are not only beautiful but also practical. You will learn expressions such as cozy, bond, heartwarming, beloved, and cuddle up. These are not just random words, they are expressions people really use in everyday conversations, in books, and even in movies. But we won't stop at definitions. You will see these words in action inside Alex's story. This context will help you understand not only what the words mean but also how and when to use them. That way, the vocabulary becomes part of your active English, ready for you to use when you speak or write. 3. Strengthen your speaking through listen and repeat practice. The third goal is to give you real speaking practice. Many learners think they are practicing English when they only read or watch videos silently. But true improvement comes when you open your mouth and speak. That is why this lesson includes a listen and repeat section. After hearing sentences from the story, you will repeat them out loud. This practice is powerful for several reasons. It helps you develop correct pronunciation and intonation. It builds muscle memory in your mouth and tongue, so speaking feels more natural. It increases your confidence, because every time you speak, you prove to yourself that you can use English. Think of this as training in the gym. Each repetition is like lifting a weight for your language muscles. The more you do it, the stronger your speaking ability becomes. 4. Discover an inspiring life message. The fourth goal goes beyond language learning. Inside Alex's story is a hidden message about kindness, love, and the simple but powerful moments that make life meaningful. Stories like this not only teach us language but also inspire us to reflect on our own lives. By connecting language learning with emotional storytelling, you will remember the lesson more deeply. Research shows that when emotions are involved, memory becomes stronger. That means the words, sentences, and structures you learn here will stay in your mind much longer than if you only studied them from a textbook. 5. Enjoy the learning journey. Finally, this lesson is designed to remind you that learning English does not have to be boring or stressful. Instead of dry grammar drills, you will enjoy a cozy story. Instead of endless vocabulary lists, you will learn words in context. Instead of feeling nervous about speaking, you will gain confidence through simple repetition. When learning is enjoyable, you are more likely to stay consistent, and consistency is the true secret to fluency. In summary, by the end of this lesson, you will understand spoken English more clearly. Add meaningful new words to your vocabulary. Speak out loud with better pronunciation and confidence. Carry an inspiring life message with you. And most importantly, enjoy the process of learning. So, these are the objectives we will achieve together. Every step has been designed to bring you closer to fluency and to make English a natural part of your everyday life. This lesson is designed for a wide range of English learners, from beginners taking their first steps in the language to intermediate learners looking to refine their skills. If you are someone who wants to truly understand English, speak it confidently, and enjoy the learning process at the same time, this video is made specifically for you. First, if you are a learner who struggles with listening, this lesson will help you train your ears. Many learners study English for months or even years, but when they hear native speakers, they find it difficult to understand. That is because listening is a skill that requires practice, not just knowledge. By following Alex's story carefully, you will hear clear, natural English sentences, which will gradually improve your comprehension. This kind of practice helps you recognize common sentence structures, intonation patterns, and everyday vocabulary, making real-life conversations easier to understand. Second, if speaking English confidently is one of your goals, this lesson is perfect for you. Speaking requires courage and repeated practice. With our listen and amp, repeat method, you will hear sentences, repeat them out loud, and train your pronunciation and intonation. This helps build muscle memory in your mouth, so forming English words feels more natural. Each repetition strengthens your speaking ability and increases your confidence. Over time, you will notice that speaking English becomes less intimidating and more enjoyable. Third, if you want to expand your vocabulary in a meaningful way, this lesson is ideal. Instead of memorizing long lists of words, you will learn new vocabulary in the context of a story. Words like cozy, bond, heartwarming, beloved, and cuddle up will be introduced naturally, helping you understand not only their meanings but also how to use them in real-life conversations. Contextual learning makes vocabulary easier to remember and more practical for speaking and writing. Fourth, this lesson is for learners who enjoy storytelling and want their English practice to be engaging and memorable. Alex's story is heartwarming and full of emotion, making it easier for you to stay focused and connected throughout the lesson. Emotional engagement enhances memory retention, so the words, phrases, and structures you learn in this video are more likely to stick with you. Fifth, if you are someone looking for motivation and inspiration in your learning journey, this lesson offers more than just language practice. Alex's story carries a positive life message about kindness, empathy, and the importance of caring for others. By connecting language learning with meaningful content, you will feel inspired while improving your English skills. This combination of practical learning and emotional engagement makes the experience richer and more rewarding. Finally, this lesson is perfect for learners who want a structured yet enjoyable way to practice English. You will practice listening, speaking, and vocabulary all in one session, making your learning time effective and productive. Whether you are studying alone or looking for a supplementary lesson to your English course, this video provides a well-rounded approach that is both educational and enjoyable. In short, this lesson is suitable for anyone who wants to improve listening comprehension with clear, natural English. Speak English confidently using practical phrases. Expand vocabulary and context, not just memorization. Enjoy learning through a heartwarming story. Be inspired and motivated to continue practicing daily. No matter your level or background, this lesson is designed to make English learning engaging, practical, and emotionally meaningful. By the end, you will not only improve your language skills but also enjoy the journey, making learning a habit you look forward to every day. Learning English is a journey, and like any journey, it requires motivation, consistency, and the right mindset. Before we dive into Alex's story, I want to take a moment to encourage you, inspire you, and share some tips that will make your English learning more effective, enjoyable, and long-lasting. First, remember that learning a language is not about perfection, it's about progress. Many learners feel frustrated when they make mistakes or struggle to understand something. This is completely normal. Mistakes are a natural part of learning. Every time you make a mistake and correct it, your brain is strengthening the neural pathways that help you remember and use English more confidently in the future. So, don't be afraid of mistakes. Instead, see them as stepping stones to fluency. Second, practice speaking out loud every day. Listening alone is helpful, but speaking is what truly builds your English fluency. Think of your mouth and tongue as muscles in a gym. Just as lifting weights strengthens your body, speaking exercises strengthen your ability to form English words naturally. In this lesson, we'll use the listen and repeat method. This means you'll hear sentences, repeat them clearly, and try to imitate the intonation and rhythm. This is not only good for pronunciation, it also trains your brain to think in English. Remember, the more you speak, the easier it becomes to express your thoughts fluently. Third, make listening a part of your daily life. Surround yourself with English in ways that are enjoyable. Listen to stories, podcasts, songs, or videos in English every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Your brain needs repeated exposure to English sounds, sentence structures, and expressions to become familiar with them. Listening consistently helps you understand native speech faster and makes speaking feel more natural over time. Fourth, focus on understanding meaning, not just translating word by word. Many learners try to translate every sentence into their native language, but this slows down comprehension and prevents you from thinking directly in English. Instead, pay attention to the overall meaning, emotions, and context of what you hear. This approach will improve your listening skills faster and allow you to respond naturally in conversations. Fifth, take notes strategically. While watching this lesson or listening to any English story, write down new vocabulary, useful phrases, or sentences you want to remember. Later, review and practice them. Writing reinforces memory, and revisiting your notes will help you actively use what you've learned. Over time, you'll notice that words and expressions come to you automatically in speaking. Sixth, create a positive and enjoyable learning environment. Learning English doesn't have to feel like a chore. Find a cozy spot, get comfortable, maybe even make a cup of tea, and immerse yourself in the story. Enjoy the journey. When learning is fun, your brain retains more information, and you'll feel motivated to continue practicing every day. Seventh, set small, achievable goals. Instead of trying to master everything at once, focus on one thing at a time. For example, today you can aim to master 5 new words, repeat 10 sentences aloud, or fully understand the story of Alex. Achieving these small goals gives you a sense of accomplishment and builds momentum for bigger milestones. Finally, be patient and persistent. Language learning is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be days when progress feels slow, but consistent effort pays off. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small, and remind yourself why you started. Every step you take, every sentence you repeat, and every word you learn brings you closer to fluency. Remember, the most important part of learning English is not just studying, it's using it. Speak, listen, repeat, and immerse yourself in English as much as possible. With dedication, practice, and a positive mindset, you will see significant improvement over time. So, take a deep breath, open your heart to Alex's story, repeat the sentences out loud, and enjoy this journey of learning and growth. Believe in yourself, you are capable of more than you realize. Each day you practice, you are one step closer to speaking English fluently and confidently. Before we fully dive into Alex's story and start practicing English, I want to take a few moments to talk about something equally important: being part of a learning community. Learning English alone can sometimes feel challenging or even lonely. But when you connect with others, share your progress, and engage with content in meaningful ways, your learning experience becomes much richer, more enjoyable, and more effective. This is why I encourage you to participate actively in our community and take part in the calls to action in this video. First, let's talk about liking the video. When you hit the like button, you are not only showing appreciation for the content, but you are also signaling to the YouTube algorithm that this video is valuable. This helps other learners, just like you, discover this lesson. Every like contributes to the growth of the community, making it easier for more English learners to find high-quality content, join in, and benefit from these lessons. So, don't underestimate the power of that small tap on the thumbs up icon. It creates a ripple effect that extends far beyond your screen. Next is sharing the video. Sharing is one of the most generous ways to support not only this channel but also fellow learners. Think about friends, classmates, or colleagues who are trying to improve their English. By sharing the video, you provide them with a fun and effective learning tool that can help them make real progress. You can share via social media, messaging apps, or even email. Every share brings more learners into the community, encourages discussion, and creates opportunities for collaboration. When learners support each other, motivation increases, and everyone benefits. Another crucial part of joining the community is subscribing to the channel and turning on the notification bell. Subscribing ensures that you never miss a lesson, so your learning stays consistent. Consistency is key in language learning, and when you receive regular notifications about new videos, you are more likely to build a daily habit of listening, repeating, and expanding your vocabulary. This is not just about numbers, it's about creating a learning environment that supports your progress every single day. Engagement doesn't stop there. I encourage you to comment on the video. Share your thoughts, ask questions, or even describe your experience practicing the story with Alex. Your comments can help me understand what topics you enjoy most, what challenges you face, and what type of content you would like in the future. At the same time, your words can inspire other learners. Reading about someone else's learning journey can motivate viewers, provide encouragement, and foster a sense of connection. Remember, a simple comment can spark a conversation that benefits the entire community. Additionally, consider participating in discussion groups or study groups. Many learners who follow this channel connect on social media platforms, messaging apps, or online forums. These groups provide a safe space to practice English, ask questions, and share achievements. Being part of a supportive community increases accountability and motivation, helping you stay on track toward fluency. Finally, remember that community engagement amplifies learning. By liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and participating, you are actively contributing to a global network of English learners. This is not just about watching videos, it's about creating connections, exchanging ideas, and supporting each in our learning journeys. Every small action you take makes a difference, both for your personal growth and for the community as a whole. So, before we continue, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who would benefit, subscribe if you haven't yet, and leave a comment to share your thoughts. By doing these simple actions, you are not just helping this channel, you are helping yourself and countless other learners around the world. Together, we can create a thriving, supportive English learning community. Let's make learning English a shared adventure, where everyone grows, practices, and succeeds. To make sure this video reaches as many English learners as possible, we've carefully optimized it for YouTube search using targeted keywords and hashtags. SEO, or search engine optimization, is crucial for helping learners like you find the content that will support their English learning journey. By including the right words and phrases, we ensure that when someone searches for topics like listening practice, speaking exercises, or English vocabulary lessons, this video appears prominently in search results. Keywords are one of the most important elements of SEO. For this video, we have selected high-value keywords that match what learners often search for. These include phrases such as improve English listening, improve English speaking, English listening practice, English speaking practice, English vocabulary lesson, learn English with story, English listen and repeat, English for beginners, fluent English speaking, and English lesson Alex story. Each keyword is carefully chosen to cover different aspects of learning English, from listening comprehension to speaking fluency, vocabulary, and beginner-friendly lessons. Hashtags are another powerful tool for SEO on YouTube. They help categorize the content and make it easier for viewers to discover videos on similar topics. For this lesson, relevant hashtags include hashtag improve English, hashtag English listening, hashtag English speaking, hashtag learn English, hashtag English vocabulary, hashtag listen and repeat, hashtag English story, hashtag fluent English, hashtag practice English, and hashtag English for beginners. Using these hashtags increases visibility and ensures that learners searching for English practice videos can find this lesson quickly. By combining clear, descriptive keywords with relevant hashtags, we maximize the chances of reaching learners worldwide. This ensures that anyone looking to improve their listening, speaking, or vocabulary skills will discover this heartwarming and educational lesson about Alex. Remember, SEO is not just about reaching more viewers, it's about connecting with learners who will benefit the most from the video, helping them enjoy the story, practice English effectively, and join a supportive learning community.